You know, in the high-stakes game of real estate, the pieces on the board are always moving. But what's happening right now? Well, it's different. We're seeing some major power plays that are getting ready to shake up the entire industry. So today, we're going to decode those strategies and figure out who's set to win.
Okay, so let's really get into it. The big question is, who's actually making the winning moves for the future? And look, it's not just about a top agent jumping ship. It's about what these moves signal. We're talking about a full-on chess match where every hire, every expansion, every piece of new tech, it's all a calculated play for the crown.
All right, we've boiled down all the latest announcements into a pretty clear story for you. Here's how we're going to break it down. First, the great reshuffle, happening right now. Then we'll look at the big push for franchise expansion, the hunt for top-tier leaders, and the huge role of AI. And finally, we'll tie it all together and see what it all really means.
So first up, let's set the stage. Yeah, the industry is always changing, but what we're seeing right now, this is way more than just a game of musical chairs.
You have to understand, none of this is random. It's a really deliberate reshuffling of the deck. Every single announcement you see, whether it's a big hire or a new franchise deal, it tells you a story about that company's long-term game plan. It's their vision for what the next few years are going to look like.
Okay, so let's dig into the first major trend here, which is this aggressive push for scale. Companies are betting big, and I mean big, on expanding their footprint. It's an all-out race to plant their flag in as many markets as possible and to do it fast.
Just look at Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Paranokle. They just locked in a new 10-year deal right after their team closed a jaw-dropping $1 billion in sales in a single year. Now, this isn't just renewing a contract, right? It's a strategic move to lock down a powerhouse team and totally secure their dominance in that region.
And then you've got the agency, which is on a completely different kind of blitz. I mean, opening 150 new offices in 1 year. That is insane hypergrowth. But that kind of explosion can get messy fast. So their big strategic move now is to bring in a team of absolute heavy hitters at the top, just to manage that scale and make sure that momentum doesn't fizzle out.
So you see the pattern here? It doesn't matter if it's locking down the success you already have, like BHGRE, or managing insane growth like the agency, or even just breaking into a tough new market like ERA did in Boston. The end goal is exactly the same: get to a massive scale and grab that market share.
And this quote from Ginger Wilcox, the president of BHGRE, it really hits the nail on the head. She says it's all about finding the right partners. When you get that perfect match between a super-driven local team and a powerful national brand, well, that creates a force that is really, really tough to beat.
But look, growth isn't just about opening new offices. It's about who you have at the helm steering the ship. And right now, the competition for proven, visionary leaders, it is fiercer than ever.
And here is a perfect example: Kim Harris Campbell. When you poach a regional president from a giant like Compass and make her your new CEO, that's not just a new hire, that is a statement. It sends a message that you are serious about growth and that you know you need leaders who've already played in the big leagues.
Now, what's so fascinating here are the words she chose. People and culture. That's the key. This signals a huge shift in thinking. The best leaders today, they know that in a market this competitive, having a great agent-first culture isn't just some fluffy, nice-to-have thing. No, it's a strategic weapon. It's how you recruit, how you retain, and how you win. And this hunt for top talent is happening absolutely everywhere. You see the agency essentially buying 80-plus years of experience. You see Inera Realty promoting from within while also bringing in fresh blood for analytics. You see ERA tapping into global expertise. Everyone is looking for that unique edge that only the right leader can provide.
So what's the final piece of this whole strategy puzzle? Well, it's not about people or places. It's about the tech that connects all of them. And the really smart companies are looking way beyond your basic CRM. They're investing in platforms that give them a real intelligence advantage.
And companies like Close are at the forefront of this. Think about it like this: a regular CRM, that's just a digital Rolodex. But a relationship intelligence platform, that's like having a strategic advisor. It analyzes all your calls, emails, and meetings to tell you exactly who you need to talk to, when you need to talk to them, and why. It makes sure you never, ever miss an opportunity.
And this quote from Stacy Salil at Close just illustrates the goal so perfectly. She explains that this tech isn't about replacing the human element, it's the exact opposite. It's about using AI to cut through all the noise, to do the heavy lifting with the data, so that the agent can be more present, more prepared, and way more effective at building actual trust.
Okay, so let's put all these pieces back together. We've got the franchise expansions, the big-name hires, the adoption of smart tech. So what's the big picture here? What is the winning formula that all these companies are betting their future on?
Well, it really boils down to a clear three-part strategy. First, you need aggressive scale to maximize your reach. Second, you need elite talent who can actually lead that growth and build a culture that attracts the best. And third, you need strategic tech that makes your people smarter. It's like a three-legged stool. These aren't just separate tactics. You need all three to stay standing, let alone win.
And all of this leaves us with one final, pretty big question. As these giants get bigger and their tech gets smarter by using this powerful three-part strategy, the entire landscape is changing under our feet. So the question for everyone else is, what's your next move on this brand new chessboard?